volatile as well. So makikita natin how they're going to interact maybe around round 4, round 5, etc. and how they really adjust to each other. So eto nga, first round is underway. ThunderCS versus Kasaket eSports, and Kasaket eSports are already in mid, taking control of Connector. A quick hit here that is going to be Prixie taking down Heston 987. Early 5v4 situation. So the bomb is going to be planted here at or behind Triple, excuse me, but they're not going to get CT control just yet. But that is one member of Thunder CS lurking already. Yo boy Kevs, excuse me, taking down
Ooh.
Rockabye. And
Quick
Rockabye is
frags.
getting
Oh,
in. Yeah, a
San
lot of trades
CSGO.
come here. San going big frags there over at CT Spawn. Pero France is already here back in the site. San is not expecting it, but they are going to take him
Oh.
down as well. So it's going to be a 1v2 situation coming over to them. And Yoy going big, ending the round there. Woo!
So
That is
again,
going to be round one.
we've seen a very familiar spot here, especially courtesy of Rockabye, or famously indicated by Jello, Rockababy.
Yeah.
He loves making his way into that underpass position. You know, he loves taking early mid control. It's just that whenever he has that control of lower mid, you can guarantee an entry towards that A bomb site. So now we see that the first round
So
is taken here by Kasaket Esports. Now we're seeing a pretty passive approach here by ThunderCS. Prixie making his way. Initiator of contact does take down Franz initially. He will make his way onto lower mid. Carl is there for the refrag just in case, but Carl will back away. Prixie finds second contact onto Shroyd. San CSGO with a follow-up onto DX Kevin. Just like that 5v2 situation here. Barely any money spent here courtesy of ThunderCS. But now we're going to see the bomb go down towards the A bomb site. Kebs with the refrag onto Prixie after taking down Heston 987. And yo boy Kevs will walk away with this Mac 10, but I think San CSGO does have other plans, does take him down, and puts Kasaket Esports up 2-0 on the first map.
San. Come on, San. I was really hoping you were gonna go for it. Pero di nila binigay yung hinahabol kong knife kill. So yun na nga, early 2-0 lead here coming over to Kasaket Esports on behalf of these two rounds here. So we didn't really see a heavy buy in that
Mhm.
second round, pero dalawang AK yung nakuha nila dun, and they did have different contact plays left and right. Pero ito na nga, it's gonna be a Sukablat B rush.
Ooh.
Ito na nga, may two members of ThunderCS in the site to defend this. They are holding it down. Frags being traded back and forth.
Oh.
ThunderCS getting two, pero Franz getting two of his own. And Yoy coming in as well, combining with Rockabye there as well. So early 2v2 situation. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Bomb plant has not occurred just yet. And there is a frag from Yoy onto Heston. That head is going down. Pero the bomb plant coming in, but he's got the sound cue as well. And Shroyd gonna get traded out there as well. So an early 3-0 lead here coming over to Kasaket Esports. Pero we're gonna see a full buy round here coming from ThunderCS. So let's take a look how they're gonna adjust here in a moment, guys.
So I just want to talk about how Kasaket Esports did approach that round. Although Thunder CS do sufficient economical damage, I think it was really the Mac 10 of both Prixie and San that were able to kind of farm enough cash for them to, you know, sustain their wallets moving into round number 4. So just like that, we're seeing a tactical buy here from Thunder CS. All 5 members of the team will upgrade to Deagles and Kevin. As Jello said, the Deagle, even the bullet is bigger. It does more sufficient damage than the AK. And just like that, that's one rifle retrieved here for Thunder CS. Rockabye holding down that B apartment's position. Yoy taking position over onto A main, waiting for the push. But we do see Kevin close up onto A main. Carl holding that mid flank. Looks like Yoy will be sent away. He will shy away from this A bomb site. Carl to be the mantle of the aggressor here. Flash does go high, but no contact initiated just yet. Just like that, we're seeing Yoy transition into mid.
Yeah, definitely looks like Kasaket Esports is going for a bit of a fake play here. They threw a lot of utility over A, keeping the interest of the majority of ThunderCS here at the A bomb site, while the bomb is rotating here over to mid. It looks like they're going to try and take mid control into connector, and that's exactly what is happening here. 3 members of Kasaket Esports pouring into the connector area while Carl is activating from A main here. They are definitely going to gain control of the A bomb site, while actually there is one player of ThunderCS still holding
In
in
Palace.
Palace. So he may be able to get a kill here. And just
Oh,
like that, Kevin is going to get that. Fran's going to answer as well. And Fran's going to add a second important frag there in connector. So just like that, 3v1 situation. Bomb is planted, but he's not going to be able to contest this, unfortunately. 3 members already going to be looking his way. That smoke's going to go down, and the defuse is still being stuck. And just like that, ThunderCS going to steal a round away from Kasaket eSports right under their noses.
a
Grabe.
very delicate situation here now for Kasaket Esports. There are 2 rifles retrieved, if I am not mistaken, in that round, and they did sneak away with the defuse. Rockabye, unfortunately, did not live to tell the tale. He was taken down eventually, but we're seeing a full buy coming here now. France has the op towards the CT side. We know how lethal he can be with this mean green machine, but now we're seeing a very passive approach still here for Kasaket Esports. No one towards underpass just yet. I was actually expecting a guaranteed mid take here from Kasaket Esports. We did see 3 players towards lower mid, but that short player from ThunderCS did apply enough pressure for that jungle player to rotate over to connector, and now that's how they kind of walked away with that round. Again, a very passive approach here from Kasaket Esports, just a basic 2-1-2 split. But we're seeing the mid player take a very aggressive stance that would be Carl. A Galil, but no utility to work with here.
Carl just might get the timing here, pero hindi. Medyo malapit nga. France is looking in the right direction, pero he's gonna see him around the red corridor. Pero yun nga, France is gonna get the best of Carl, aka Prixie Jan. Excuse me, Prixie gonna be getting taken down by France there. So early 4v3 situation na yun. Si Sansi is go trading out Kevs there as well. So 3v3 situation bigla, 2v2 situation bigla. Mabilis ang pangyayari dito at may bomb plant na rin ang Kasaket Esports sa bomb site B. So it's going to be a 2-man retake here. Yung
And they're both
position nila
towards
medyo
market, mind
maganda
you.
ha. So there's a guy back in van, one guy bench, one man with an op here. That's France holding this up. He's got a sense of info a bit here. It looks like that a guy is definitely over at bench and they're making their way out onto the site already. No adjustments being made on the side of Kasaket Esports. Pero
Ooh.
Heston is going to take it upon himself to clean up these frags and give ThunderCS a second round in this game.
I would expect a little bit of punishment coming out from Kasaket Esports, despite that the very patient play, but obviously they weren't able to kind of reward themselves. France surprisingly taking on the mantle of the aggressor. He did have the read, but we do move into a timeout. Kasaket Esports now trying to pull whatever, check whatever gas they have in the tank left to kind of mitigate this momentum coming out here from Thunder CS. We know that they like to play nice and fast, but again, this passive play is not necessarily working out for Kasaket Esports in the later rounds. As Punset said, once you put rifles in the hands of these Thunder CS players, they can be very lethal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm liking what I'm seeing here on the side of ThunderCS. They're putting their top fraggers in positions to make impact
Mm-hmm.
plays. Nakikita natin si Franz nandyan sa connector na. So he's gonna be making a lot of impactful frags there and denying a lot of map control on the side of Kasaket Esports. Well, yun na nga, Kasaket Esports is definitely taking a slow approach sa mga ginagawa nila. In that very first round, they did do a quick hit, pero right after
Yep.
that, back to their classic slow play style, trying to grab a timing na kung saan sila makaka-slip through the cracks in search of an opening there. Nakita
Mm-hmm.
nyo naman si Prixie going back to that connector play, pero yun nga, he didn't get the timing that he was looking for. Kung saan naman nakatalikod si France doon, well, we already know what's going to be the result there.
Yes.
Pero, yun na nga, nakapitas pa rin dun sa B ang Kasaket Esports na nakapasok pala. Pero, Heston had a different idea. So yun nga, he
Yes.
cleaned up those 2 frags early and gave ThunderCS their second round in this game. So not really any huge adjustments I would
Mm-hmm.
suggest here on the side of each team. Maganda pa rin yung mga ginagawa nila. So their ideas are working for the most part, and they're getting into the sites that they're trying to get
Mm-hmm.
into. So pretty good so far here, guys. It's good CS on each side.
Both teams doing well again in trading. There's really no argument there. Moving forward, we have Mr. Marnie Carbonell. A shout out po sa Yob Mot Peak. Okay. We have a question here from Mr. Joseph Philip Diola who said, when Team Pancet versus Team Sahil? This sounds actually like a pretty good idea to me, but I don't think this will come any soon. And on that note, Heston with that quick frag onto Prixie, a very fast approach here from Kasaket Esports with those deagles, but the frags are coming in just like that for ThunderCS. And a flawless round brought to you by Wim Manila. Now tied 3-3. Now this both ThunderCS and Kasaket Esports are now given the decision who will take the lead moving forward into round number 7.
Guys,
Now
I
a
just
full
wanna
buy here
comment
coming in
kung
here for
nakita nyo
Kasaket
si
Esports.
Shroid, ha? Shroid, if you're seeing what I'm seeing and you're seeing his point of view, he has no crosshair. This man is playing off of pure aim, literal aim. He has no crosshair in the game, which, grabe, nakita nyo dun. He had a free
As we
kill
can
in
see
that
right here,
previous
right
round.
now, he definitely doesn't have a crosshair. Uh, I
Amazing.
was I was about to question whether that's a bug on his end, but I guess he has opted to go for the no crosshair approach. But just like that, we see Carl and Yoyo chiming in for 2 quick frags here. And just like that, a very early mid take here from Kasaket Esports. Man advantage now favoring them. Prixie does get tagged down to 53 HP. Carl tagged down to 78. Heston finds the quick frag onto Rockabye. And just like that, their A presence is now taken away. Sans
Heston
CSGO tucked into mid.
Heston has been very comfortable in that position. May mga past games
Yes.
siya on the CT
Mm-hmm.
side where he played that position very productively. Pero San CSGO coming in to make it a 2v4 situation. Kev's gonna be late behind this
Oh,
smoke
this
pero he's
gap
gonna get
into
the frag
connector.
regardless. Pero yun na nga, hindi siya makakapitas ng isa pa. Pero Heston again doing work pero San CSGO gonna be there to trade it back early. And nakita nyo yun, pati yung isang member ng Thunder CS.
Walang
Just like
crosshair.
Shroid, walang crosshair din. Kevs, these boys, my goodness. So there's a pause in the action again. Kasaket
Mm-hmm.
Esports taking a 4-3 lead here early in this matchup. Pero dikit-dikit yung laban. I am liking what I am seeing.
Yes.
Ikaw sa Hill, what do you have to say? Grabe.
Well, on the side of Kasaket Esports, they're doing phenomenally when it comes to trading. But I think if they kind of let simple frags like this go away to Thunder CS, it's going to punish them in the later rounds. We've seen Heston, we've seen Shroid go 2-for-1 in certain instances, which is obviously something you wouldn't want to allow, considering you RT side. Once your presence on any part of the map starts to get overwhelmed, then they'll start breathing down your neck. The numbers are being crushed, etc., etc. You really want to make sure that you implement the buddy system properly. Go 1-for-1 because, again, as I said, this will be they can get punished for this in the later rounds.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you because clearly, if you're gonna do or go head to head in this sort of setup against Thunder CS and an aim
Mhm.
tool, more than likely you are going to lose. These men are
Yes.
that confident that they do
Mhm.
not even use crosshairs. My gulay, matakot na kayo. Shroid and Kevs, no crosshairs at all. And yet they are producing momentous and impactful frags alongside Heston. And like you said, you were seeing in certain situations 2vx where the trades are not coming back in a productive way towards
Mhm.
Kasaket Esports. Pero buti na lang, there are some players who are stepping up like San CSGO who are
Yes.
there to make sure
Mhm.
na the refrag is not going to take place in favor of Thunder CS. So, syempre, hindi pa natin nakikita yung side ng Thunder CS and their
Mhm.
style of run and gun with hold W. So, we'll hold out for that while they haven't switched sides. Pero so far, like we predicted, the styles of Kasaket Esports are proving to be that slow, methodical,
Mhm.
slow take in mid toward that connector area. We've seen it 3 or 4 times here already, and so far it has been successful. Buti na lang. They're catching good timings and good spots in order to hit. Pero sana they work on throwing utility that is going to cover kung saan sila
Yes.
dumadaan. Nakita
Very,
natin dun
very
sa short,
important.
they lost 2 members because of a gap in the smoke there. Pero buti na lang, like I said, players are stepping up to refrag.
Little by little, I think, though, on the contrary, Thunder CS are gaining a better understanding of how Kasaket Esports want to play. If they make those minor adjustments as to where they would take control, understandably, they do get how would you say, the voice cues or the sound cues coming in from different positions on the map. Little by little, they'll be able to punish Kasaket Esports in terms of gaining map control if they kind of opt for the more patient play all throughout the game. Again, eventually you will have to adjust your gameplay. As Pancit said, you put rifles in these people's hands, they can be very lethal. Again, utility, a very, very crucial aspect of the game. So just a combination of all those three can kind of, turn the tide for both sides here.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a classic setup here from ThunderCS on the side of their counter terrorist, giving a 2-1-2 sort of setup. So that's
Yes.
two players in B side, two players on A side, and one who's trying to down mid, short, and connector all at the same time. And thankfully, the rotations have been on time on the side of ThunderCS where they can make impactful frags
Hmm.
and maybe tip the odds in their favor. Pero, yun
Yes.
nga, like I said, players are stepping up on the side of Kasaket Esports to answer the call to make sure na things don't get out of hand. So tingnan natin how they're going to adjust to each other moving forward here. It is still only 4-3. We have plenty of CSGO left here to go
Yes.
in day 3 of Lando Esports Season 3.
And on that note, ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen, this sponsor is brought to you by Wim Manila, your one stop shop for trendy, eye catching wall decals and stickers that let you transform your space with ease. You can hit them up over on Facebook at facebook.com/. Wim Manila. Their Instagram handle is wim.manila. Also have their website, webmanila.ph. And if you want to, kind of contact them through Shopee and Lazada, they have their independent stores over there as well.
yon. So that's our major sponsor. Thank you sa kanila, wimmanila.ph. May mainit-init na balita din sa Hill na may mga pag-giveaway na naman po tayo
Mm-hmm.
today. Just these skins are to die for literally kasi I
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't mind grabbing them myself. So you guys are in for a treat. There are 4 skins that are gonna be given away today. So stick around,
Oh,
guys.
wow.
Be here in the live para ma-claim nyo yung mga skin nyo kasi my goodness, my gulay. Pag nakita nyo yung mga to, you will definitely want to stick around. So shout out sa lahat ng viewers natin dito who are joining us on this gloomy Saturday. 58 viewers, shout out sa inyo on this Saturday of CSGO. And the action is here to resume. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're seeing a fairly similar approach here again for Kasaket Esports. No B presence this time, though. We're seeing two players kind of pressure that mid. Short is compromised. Kevs does take down Carl. Carl taking on the mantle of the aggressor, trying to kind of assimilate Thunder CS's gameplay here, but they did get punished for it. Rockabye, though, is there for the trade. Man advantage here now for Thunder CS. 4v2 situation. Rockabye and San CS go to pick up the pieces here for their fallen brothers in action. France again to kind of light up the scoreboard, taking down San CSGO. And just like that, the position of the bomb is compromised. Rockabye now
Oh,
put in a position to save here. He will fall back on towards mid to try and
if
pick off one of these players and take them to the grave with him.
if he wants to go for this, it's definitely possible. France has only got 19 HP, one player 73 HP, and then only 2 players left to contend with 100 HP here. He could make a round of it still. 45 seconds left on the clock. Gonna see one, pero
Ooh!
hindi. France gonna deny any sort of win there. So it's gonna be a deadlock here for the second or third time here in this game. 4-4 na rin on
Talk
the
about
side
a
of
dirty
Thunder
shot there
CS.
coming out from France.
Eeh,
It
it's
looks
like
like the robot aim has been activated here for Thunder CS. They're looking extremely lethal with these AK-47s. Now Heston to pick up the up and take the mid control. Now we're seeing tactical purchases coming out here for Kasaket Esports. Prixie, Yoyo, Rockabye, and San will upgrade to the Deagle. Carl will remain on the Glock. Two flashes to work with here on the side of Kasaket Esports. But Heston Smalley will flush out these players towards A main. We see three tucked in towards Palace.
so ito na nga po, we're gonna see a sort of eco waterfall situation here. One pop flash gonna come out. 3 members of Kasaket Esports
Ooh!
pouring out of Palace area. Pero Heston, Kevin chiming in. 4v3 situation. Carl refragging that with a Glock with flash as well. So 3v3 situation.
Oh,
Ooh,
Rockabye
Rockabye
though.
grabbing that Deagle and doing work. Yo-Yo as well doing work with that Deagle. Getting a second frag with that Deagle as well. Just like that, 2v1 situation coming over to Kevs to clutch this out. And bomb is down, so 40 seconds working with that. Pero going to get that early frag onto Raka by Kevs. Getting that info. Pero
Ooh!
Yo-Yo there to clean it up with another Deagle kill. That's a 3K in that round going over. Yoy, 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 yoy. Yoy, grabe.
If Thunder
Kaso
CS
ng
are
Eagle.
capable of punishing Kasaket Esports in an eco round, I think they are capable of doing so as well. Just like that, we see a huge 3K coming out courtesy of Yoyoy, lighting up the scoreboard with that Desert Eagle. Again, as Jella said, the bullets are bigger for the Desert Eagle. They do pack a punch when it calls for. Just like that, we see a eco run coming out now here for Thunder CS.
Uy,
The B
early
take is
aggression
there.
coming from Kasaket Esports. Na dito sila,
Oh,
lumalabas
but the
sila.
trigger
Pero Kev's
discipline.
going unchecked. Dito sa van, getting two. Rockabye able to trade him out suddenly. Pero France there as well with an eco frag onto Rockabye. 4v2 situation na mga kaibigan. Yoyo in a precarious position here. Pero nakahawak siya ng up, taking down Shroid as well. Carl in a good position to contest this as well. Expecting that player to be close up as well. They have the info where the two remaining players are as well, and that's going to be Heston taken down, and Carl cleaning up the round. So Kasaket Esports going up 2 rounds dito mga kaibigan. 6-4. Another successful B hit. So we are seeing a good combination of hits here between
Yes.
Kasaket Esports and ThunderCS. Kasaket Esports not sticking to that usual mid take every round. We've seen a combination of going to A through connector, and we're seeing a good combination of hitting B. So let's see what else they have in the tank here of their playbook. I'm liking this.
I mean, they did a good job scavenging that round that to put them up 6-4. But then again, checking their corners, very crucial aspect of the game. Even though some players, they do clear it out with smokes, grenades, and mollies, but you never know. It doesn't hurt to kind of clear your corners. Eventually, that could yield you some of the best results in the game. Just like that, we see Yoyo and Prixie chiming in with two quick frags to put Thunder CS at a man disadvantage. 5v3 situation here. Franz
Woo!
to find the frag onto
Distance.
Prixie.
Deleted.
Carl. Good for two. Kevs and France taken down. Now Shroy towards that connector. Rockabye to land the final nail in the coffin of round number 11. And just like that, it's a 7-4 Kasaket Esports lead starting over on the terrorist side. So now again, Pansit, we talk about setting the tone. This is extremely crucial now here if you're a terrorist. Kind of dictates the pace of the game here. The more they kind of take these rounds, the more pressure they can apply on Thunder CS when they move over. Yoy! Quick frag onto Franz. And just like that, we see a very quick mid take again coming out here from Kasaket Esports. They are starting to prove to be a thorn in the face of Thunder CS. Kebs, quick frag onto Carl, just like that 4v3 situation here. Does favor Kasaket Esports. San CS go to chime in with that refrag onto Kebs. 2v1 situation here now. Shroid limiting it into a 1v1. San CS go on 100 HP. Shroid also with 100 HP. Still a minute
So,
and 10 seconds here on the clock to work with.
so nakikita nyo po, ito po yung challenge kay Shroid. He did not see the bomb, so there was no information communicated over sa kanya kung saan
Mhm.
nakatambay yung bomba dito. So San has a good opportunity to play some mind games dito against his opponent. 1v1 situation, less than a minute left on the clock. Shroid is sticking to this B side so far, and it looks like San is gravitating towards that area as well,
Yes, indeed.
slowly walking into B apps here. Back alley na siya, slowly making his way into B apps, mga kaibigan. Tadhana is in favor here. Pero all of a sudden, hindi. He did not go underpass. I was thinking mag-underpass
Mind
siya,
you, he
pero
has full utility to clear this B bomb site still. He can molly
Shroid
that car position.
has a bit of an advantage here kasi late makita ni San
Oh,
CSGO, pero the drop is gonna be heard. Shroid playing this smart, pero San gonna clear it, pero San not gonna hard clear enough. And the chance was there to capitalize on that, pero San falling short, and Shroid inching out that round just barely. So 5-7 in favor of Kasaket Esports. A little bit of an unfortunate meeting there between the two, pero nice round regardless on the side of each team.
what did we talk about, Pansit, previously? The importance of utility. Remember, San did have two flashes, a smoke, and a Molotov to kind of isolate this player on towards that B bomb site. But unfortunately, he decided to not use any of it. Shroid with the 200 IQ play to kind of stick towards that B bomb site. We see France with a quick entry, taking down Prixie. Kebs to follow up onto San CSGO. But a partial buy here coming in from some of the players of Kasaket Esports. Now the Opper is being pressured. The city's breathing down his neck. Franz. Aim so crispy. That boy cold. 1v3 situation now here for Kasaket Esports. Rockabye finds one.
What a Zantares peak in that connector area to take down France. Rakabay gonna get a second
Ooh!
as well onto Shroyd. Another 1v1 situation here mga kaibigan. 1 minute left on the clock. Again,
The
no
bomb is
information kung
unaware.
saan
Yeah.
ang bomba. So again, Heston in a 1v1 situation now against Rakabay. Tingnan natin if they get the read again here kung saan pupunta ang bomba. So far, Heston is lingering around that connector jungle area, sticking to this area kasi alam nila na Kasaket Esports ay
Mm-hmm.
mahilig pumunta dito sa connector area. Pero eto na nga, Rakabay slowly making his way through A main here, checking all close corners, taking every precaution here. He has plenty of time to make these checks here. Heston still has his back to the site, still looking at this area, still focused, dead set on connector. 20 seconds left on the clock. Rakabay slowly
Again,
still making his way.
utility.
Oh, pero no sound cues being made here. Once he punches these numbers, though, I'm pretty sure Heston is gonna turn around. 10 seconds left on the clock. Oh, there's a sound cue now with the smoke coming down. So alam na ni Heston kung saan to. It's a 1v1 situation, mga kaibigan. Oh, using that utility wisely. One flash coming out, pero not gonna blind Heston
His
here.
position is aware now, though. Heston is aware of his position.
He's trying to play around this smoke. I think he has an idea kung saan si Heston dito. It's just a matter of who's gonna see who first. Oh.
Oh, the timing. Heston still hasn't made his way on. Oh,
Heston has the vision. He's got the information. One high flash coming up, but not gonna blind Heston. But the spray's coming in, and Heston
ooh.
going to get the better of Rockabye.
Tagged down to 6 HP nonetheless. But he has the
Ballsy.
kit to take this round away from the clutches of Kasaket Esports. Just like that round, they are still up 7-6, moving on to round number 14. Now we're seeing a tactical purchase here for Kasaket Esports just to make sure they have enough money moving forward into the final round of this first half. So we see Deagle buys from all the players, a grenade, smoke, and a flash here for Yoyoy. Smoke will fly high onto stairs. Now isolating these 1v1s is extremely crucial here on the side of Kasaket Esports. They want to punish these players. If they want to grab this round, they're going to have to punish these players with Deagles. But the utility advantage so clearly favoring ThunderCS. Rockabye, though, nonetheless, with the entry.
Still keeping it honest here. 4v4 situation. 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. Eagles can't do work like we've seen in previous rounds. Still no information as to the location of the bomb here. Shroyd holding down strong here as the anchor for B in Thunder CS. Pero yun na nga, magtitipon-tipon na ang mga Kasaket.
But none of these cities have made a rotation just yet.
ThunderCS goes slowly inching his way into the site. This drop is going to be heard on the side of Shroyd. That's one player dropping, two players dropping. No trade coming back, and Shroyd going big so far. That's 3 frags. 4th frag of the board. Shroyd shutting down B. No entry here. Mga kaibigan. This is a COVID-free zone.
He's done a great job social distancing, but he added a little twist of violence to his madness here.
And Yoyoy, just like he likes to say, has a tall order here to clean up this round. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Very tall order here indeed.
Okay, so just like that, ThunderCS coming back from a 7-4 deficit to bring it 7-7, and this will be the last round of the half. Tingnan natin kung sino ang maglalamang dito.
A very exhilarating first half. You know, it's still, it can go any two directions here. Now that the full buy has come in here for Kasaket Esports, they can punish these ThunderCS players. But then again, these ThunderCS players are unpredictable. They're kind of all over the map. But Kasaket Esports is managing to kind of match this energy. Carl with the entry onto Shroyd. Lower mid player does get punished. But the aggression not there yet for Kasaket Esports. They kind of want to clear out this connector position first. Shadow Spray coming in for Heston. Prixie punishing the man in connector now. France too tall of an order to hold down this A site.
That is almost one frag onto Rockabye, but that's gonna be a 5v1 situation. It could be a clean sweep here for Kasaket Esports in this round, just like I say that. But no, Kevin is not gonna be able to take out anybody. So a clean round coming out from Kasaket Esports to end the half. 8-7 po mga kaibigan. Ang ganda na naman nakikita natin. Woo!
Speaking of clean, that flawless round was brought to you by Mink PH. Mink is every bold Filipina's intimate skincare ally made with passion, spunk, and a little bit of mischief. Because life's too short to be taken seriously. You can hit them up over on Facebook and Instagram. Their handle is Mink PH. They also have their own website at www.mink.ph. And if you're a fan of just like me of adding to cart, you can hit them up over on Shopee and Lazada.
Oh, ThunderCS with a bold move here. It's a waterfall jump out of Palace onto A. Carl there to defend. Carl not going to be able to get a second. Shroyd and Kevs cleaning up
Oh,
shop here. Kevs with 2 frags to his name so far into this first round of the second half. Plant's going to go down behind triple here. SanCS go in a good position to contest this swing. Pero hindi siya makakapitas ng isa. So 4v2 situation. Retake coming over to Kasaket Esports. San gonna go down there from Shroyd. Of crucial frag here, so it's gonna be tough for Yo-Yo to get back into this. And it looks like they have the information. And bang, just like that, Shroyd with a 3K to start things off here on their ThunderCS ride to a possible victory. So ito na nga, makikita ba natin ang classic style ng ThunderCS like we've seen sa mga previous games nila?
it's pedal to
They've
the
got
metal here,
guns
ladies and
in
gents.
hand now. Are they going to just rush everywhere? Tingnan natin.
I saw Kevs kind of throw that Zeus. I think maybe it's kind of a small prayer to the CS gods.
Yes, here it goes. It's a whole W strat. That is Mollies and Smokes coming onto short, and France and company are making their way, pouring into this B short area. 2 members of Kasaket Esports are here, but France is making quick work of each of them, taking down everybody, and then even a
He
third
is on for the
boosted
ace.
player. My
He is on for the
goodness.
ace now. He is on for the ace, ladies and gents.
France
He
is
is
hot.
hitting up.
Boom!
And just like that, the
that,
ace.
France. Eh. Eh. Diba? Yan ang sinasabi natin. Give ThunderCS room to operate, give them guns, and you're going to see a whole W strat, and you better be ready. Unfortunately, they were there. They were there at the right time. Kasaket Esports stacked the right bomb site, pero yun na nga, nahihirapan sila sa pag-hold dun dahil they were undergunned.
I think during that short halftime break, ThunderCS made a quick stop over to Petron and filled up on full tank with Petron Blaze. And just like that, the electric kind of performance we expect from them is still continuing here in this round, ladies and gentlemen. Utility flying high, full buy here for Kasaket Esports. And just like that, they have made their way onto the A side, Kevin, with the entry onto Prixie. Contact coming in here, San finding one of his own, San finding a second. Good for 3 is San. Now a 2v2 situation here. Heston and Franz. Bomb not planted just yet. Quite a bit of work to do here. That player in CT can punish them. Franz initiating contact on towards that connector player. Just like that, Carl does get taken down. Now a 2v1 situation here for Zan. Limits it to a 1v1. But that grenade taking San down to 16 HP. Both of them at a HP deficit here. And San will grant a 5th deadlock. 9-9 here for Kasaket Esports and ThunderCS, kind of picking up the pieces here for his fallen brothers in action. But look at the economy built here by ThunderCS. France with that Mac 10 farming frags left and right, lighting up the scoreboard here. Panset, your thoughts?
Well, France is gonna be France. Like we said, put a gun in his hands and he's gonna hold W. So he's holding true to his style here alongside his brothers in arms dito sa ThunderCS. Pero we're seeing a little bit of a different style here now. A little bit of a slow push here towards mid kay ThunderCS. So tingnan natin if they're gonna be as successful as Kasaket Esports in taking this connector area.
Just like that, a quick man advantage here for ThunderCS. That underpass aggression for Carl has not yielded him any rewards just yet. But we're seeing a pretty slow play coming out here from ThunderCS. There are 4 towards mid, 1 in connector. Kevin punishing that jungle player in the name of Yoy Yoy. And just like that, Prixie is there though for the refrag. But again, these B players are gravitating towards that bomb site already. Bomb will go down. Prixie finds one. Shadow Spray does come in. Incapable of finding the frag though. And now this is the moment where Prixie needs to come up clutch. Their economy is in shambles. In order to bring back Kasaket Esports in to this round, he has to pick this up. But Franz, the bigger man of the round, says Prixie, not today. And just like that, Kasaket Esports have been torn down once again. ThunderCS up 10-9. The economy for Kasaket Esports not in a decent shape just yet, so they will opt for a tactical purchase. Moving into round number 20. But look at this utility coming in here for ThunderCS. They're pushing their pedal to the metal. Shroyd coming in from Palace. Kevin, good for two. Shroyd chiming in with a frag of his own. Shroyd with two quick frags. Both Kevin and Shroyd putting in work. Carl, now the lone man here. Unsuccessful in his mission of putting Kasaket Esports on the board. And just like that, we're seeing ThunderCS and the pull away here. Panset, any preamble to share? Any thoughts?
Well, ito na nga yung sinasabi natin, momentum shift and Thunder CS are doing work. It's the first time we're seeing them take a slow approach dito sa mid, so it's a nice change in style. They are recognizing and respecting the gunmanship here on the side of Kasaket Esports na these people cannot just be messed with this whole W style. So, nag-adjust nga po sila, pero France is still going to do work here, taking down Rockabye early in that early A-main smoke, and Kev's getting a advantageous position dito sa jungle area, so pushing the issue here, and Kev's is gonna get the read that there is a player gonna come out. Shroyd adding that as well. 5v2 situation, maaga, pero Prixie in a nice situation here. Getting one, they get a second, pero hindi. Fluster because there's two enemies in front of him. A third gonna be coming in. Carl, gonna have to do some sort of heroics here. 4v1 situation na mga kaibigan, pero hindi. That is an expected jump onto that ticket booth area, and just like that, because of their style of play, ThunderCS are pulling away 12-9.
It's looking scary here for Kasaket Esports. Just like that, they are torn down to an economy buy once again. 4 Deagles and 157 for San CSGO. But again, pedal to the metal here for Thunder CS. Just like that, mid control is theirs. Now they are wanting to overwhelm this B site. Carl and Rockabye to kind of hold it down here. Carl good for one, but Heston there is there for the refrag. Yoy now taking on the mantle of the aggressor. Heston quickly punishing that market player. And now again, Prixie and San CSGO left in a 2v4 situation. Here to pick up the pieces. Thunder CS are just obliterating the scoreboard right now. Tantalizing positions here for Kasaket Esports. 12-9 favor of Thunder CS. They are looking at a 13th round here. I think San and Prixie will opt for the exits. Once this bomb clock does shave off down to 10 seconds, they will shy away from this position. But these Thunder CS players are looking to hunt them down. Both the players are sticking together. And just like that, it is round number 13 here for Thunder CS. Kasaket Esports does feel the pressure here coming in from Thunder CS. Any insights, Panset, on how Kasaket Esports can kind of mitigate this tantalizing approach here from Thunder CS?
Well, guys, as you're seeing, yung approach ng Thunder CS dito ain't so much a whole W strat, pero what is being successful here is yung split B. There was 3 rounds straight where they split B, and Kasaket Esports did not have an answer. Yes, they may dalawang round dun na naka-eco ang Kasaket Esports, so we're gonna see a full buy here finally coming out from Kasaket Esports para makapag-mitigate ng momentum here, and Carl is going to get that early frag here, so this adjustment being made. Carl getting a second on that op. He is here, bring his team back from the ashes. Kevin trying to spray there, a wild spray coming out, so an early 5v2 situation. Now San taking down another, pero that trade's gonna be there. Shroyd barreling into that B bomb site, pero wala pang bomb dito, making the way into the B bomb site and getting or having doubts here about entering this bomb site, while Kevin is activating now dito sa A main. 1 minute left on the clock. May tao pa rin dito para sa Kasaket Esports, so they'll have the information that one player is still here, and the information that the bomb is coming back is gonna be picked up by Prixie there, and bomb is down. So Kevin in a sticky situation, and Rockabye is going to clean that round up. So a strong round coming from Kasaket Esports after a few rounds of a difficult split B defense that they were not successful in having. So, ito na nga, are we going to see another momentum shift dito? May we see another deadlock here? Tingnan natin.
So now we're seeing a pretty expensive buy here coming out from Kasaket Esports, a double up setup here. Carl will retain his up from the previous round. Now we see Yoyoy busting out the lean green mean machine here. But again, the aggression from Thunder CS towards that B bomb site is indeed very prevalent. They are going to shy away from this though. They do have a double mid presence here and one towards A. Shroyd again to be the man to hold it down. Kevs with the entry. Franz will chime in with a frag of his own. And just like that, the B bomb site is theirs. San CSGO just tucked in outside of market. Franz to find the second frag onto Rockabye. Now these CTs are compromised. San does get tagged down to 19 HP. And just like that, Shroid and Kevs, the dynamic duo of Thunder CS, putting up frags for their team. And again, Pansit, we talk about momentum shift, but it's back and forth here. Thunder CS now just up 14 to 10, 2 rounds away from clinching the first map here. Now we're seeing smokes fly high towards that A bomb site. Look at this aggression towards Palace. Kev's punishing Carl. We're seeing the CTs take a very aggressive approach here. We saw San earlier tucked in towards that B apartments. We're seeing a similar approach here, but Franz is there to punish him nonetheless. Rockabye tucked into connector. Prixie now the lone man to hold down this B bomb site. Does gain the support of Yoyoy from Market, but Shroid is there to quickly punish that A presence. Now Rockabye left alone in a 1v3 situation. As I've made it known, this is a very tall order, but Rockabye now challenged with the save here, or will he opt to try again? The economy for Kasaket Esports is in shambles here, so I think Rockabye, yes, indeed, he will opt for the save. Will take the upgrade to the AK. Heston is well aware of his position. He will want to hold that peak just to confirm his suspicions. But Rockabye will tuck himself into Palace. Thunder CS are guaranteeing or definitely seeing a 15th round on the board here. Now just one away from winning Kasaket's map pick before we move on to Overpass. Rockabye is successful in his mission to save. We see these two players towards T-spawn trying or going on a wild goose chase for Rockabye. Just like that is match point here for Thunder CS. Panset. How much gas in the tank is left here for Kasaket Esports?
I don't know how much they can contribute here. There are some big rounds earlier that we saw on the side of Kasaket Esports. Pero ito na nga, the momentum is still on the side of Thunder CS. At nagtatipon-tipon sila dito sa B-apps. Pero unfortunately, the call from Kasaket Esports is a bit of a stack towards this A side. No players on the side of Kasaket Esports over here towards B. Nag-iisa lang ang tao dito, which is San CSGO, and once this smoke fades, he is going to have a world of hurt because there's going to be 3 players of Thunder CS on the other side. Almost going to see 1 player here. Yun na nga, and Kev's gonna punish him early. 3 players pouring into the bomb site here now, and Carl is lonely here to defend this, getting 1. Almost gonna get a second, pero hindi siya tumuloy. So 4v4 situation over to Kasaket Esports in order to retake this round. Pero Heston gonna get that. Rockabye chiming in with 2. Kevin gonna refrag that as well. Oh, but Prixie coming back. So 2v1 situation dito. It could be 15-11. They have the information that the player is in apps. Pero yun na nga, Francis is gonna get the better of 1. And a second after picking up that up, or having that up in hand. So just like that, Thunder CS putting the nail in the coffin. Going up 1-0 in this best of 3. Set up for today's games. Grabe. And we will